She's Hannah,
She's Amanda.
and we are.
Better with us. All right. Today is August 23rd, and today's history is in 1305. William Wallace, the leader of the Scottish resistance during the first years of the English rule, which ultimately was a successful resistance, was executed for treason. And then in 2023, India became the fourth country to land a spacecraft on the moon with the Chandrayaan-3 probe, which also made them the first to land in the moon's south polar region. And then in 1973, a botched bank robbery in Stockholm led to a 6-day standoff, leading to an unlikely bond between captives and captor, giving the rise to the term Stockholm Syndrome. And then in 1514, the Ottomans won a victory over the Safavids of Iran at the Battle of Chaldiran. Oh, Amanda, you got some horoscopes for us today? Yeah.
As soon as I can find. Okay, here we are. Aries. While initial resistance can often be overcome with patience, avoid stirring conflict in relationships. Before committing to any agreement, take the time to thoroughly test and evaluate the deal to ensure it aligns with your expectations. Is it talking about guns?
No.
Leo. This is a valuable time for personal growth through reflection and self awareness. Express ideas with calm confidence to encourage open dialogue. Prioritize meaningful connections. Investing in relationships now can lead to stronger support systems and mutual understanding. Sagittarius, you have the potential to stand out and make a meaningful impact. Avoid group conflicts by staying neutral and focused. Approach financial growth with strategy and patience. Wise decisions now can lead to long term stability and success. Okay.
Okay.
Aquarius, your confidence may naturally draw attention. Remember, humility outshines arrogance. Be selective when forming alliances. Something may not be as it seems. Share your ideas with openness, but avoid pushing them. Collaboration thrives on mutual respect.
Okay. All right. I can
Okay.
appreciate that one. I can definitely appreciate that. All right. Would you like to hear some self-love encouragement?
Yes.
All right. This is by Anna Taylor. Love yourself enough to set boundaries. Your time and energy are precious, and you get to decide how you use them. You teach people how to treat you, but by deciding what you will and won't accept. Amanda, do you have a song for us?
I do. Christina Aguilera, Candyman from 2006.
Love that song. Loved it. Right. Uh, the movie for today is Awake from 2021. It is on Netflix. It is about a global hysteria which ensues after a mysterious catastrophe wipes out all electronics and takes away humanity's ability to sleep. And it has Gina Rodriguez in it. And if you don't know who that is, she was Jane from Jane the Virgin.
I saw that movie and I love that show.
Me too. I love that. It was a good movie.
You want to hear a joke?
I do.
How do you make a witch itch?
How?
Take out the W.
I like that one. I don't know. I don't know why, but like that one just made me like giddy. Goodness. Oh. All right. Amanda, do you have a specific topic you wanted to talk about tonight?
I don't, do you?
I do. Is there anything specific you want to say before we get into it though, just to make sure?
Oh,
Amazing. So, tonight I would like for us to discuss boundaries and boundary setting as well as discussion on narcissism, narcissistic tendencies, things like that. Yeah. All right. So I wrote down some questions that I would like both of us to answer, but I'll ask,
okay.
and so I would like for you to answer first, if you don't
Okay.
mind. And then, we'll kind of roll from there. So my first one that I have is that what are some healthy boundaries in your opinion to have?
Um, don't be disrespectful. Um, when I say something, don't purposely do the opposite just because you know
Yeah.
that it's gonna get to me.
Yeah.
Um, I know that's really all I got off the top of my head.
Oh, that's fine. I will say for me, my biggest boundary is probably just all around like common decency. Have some common decency, have some respect for me, even just as a person, right? Also like don't treat me like I am less than or, you know, that I have any less value than someone else. Um, just because it depends on, like, I understand some people may like someone better than me, and that's okay, but like, you don't have to treat me like I am less than that person just because you like that person better. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Um, respect my children, respect my husband, respect my home, respect my pets, right? That's the majority of my boundaries. Of course, I get them whenever I come across something that I'm not comfortable with. I will create boundaries, obviously. But, all right. What do you believe are some irrational boundaries?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not.
That's okay. I know I'm kind of like just springing these questions on you. I realize I realized that I didn't give you like any time to like even look over them, so I understand. So
Oh,
maybe I
you never
should.
come to me.
I'm sorry. I wrote them after I did everything else. So, you know what I mean? Like I didn't really I didn't really think about it. So, how about I answer first and then if you think of something you can say it. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Amazing. Okay, so for me, an irrational boundary would be so along the lines of like if you don't want to hear a certain critique or, like if you don't want to hear my take on something and you tell me I'm setting a boundary, you're not going to tell me this. You have to be completely supportive of everything I'm doing, which to me is toxic. Like if I just blindly support someone, I feel like that's setting everyone up for failure, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not just going to be supportive 24/7, right? I'm going to tell you if you have a shitty idea. So for someone to tell me, "Hey, I don't like that you were not, blindly supportive," to me that's irrational.
Right.
Especially if you're coming to me with like, "Hey, I need advice on this." You know what I mean?
I can do that.
Um, Another one would be like if someone is to tell me um like they're uncomfortable with something that's like in my day-to-day life, right? Like if someone were to tell me, "Oh, I don't like dogs, so you need to put yours away whenever I come over," right? That's irrational to me. That's like, no, I'm not doing that. This is their home. If you don't like it, don't come over.
Yep.
You know what I
Like
mean?
it's one thing if you have a very small child.
Exactly.
Like there
Absolutely.
are certain circumstances where I'm like, okay, like
Yes. Yeah, I
the
could
like
see that.
the baby can't, the dog doesn't,
Right.
the dog is too much for the baby to handle, stuff like that. Like I get that, but for the most part, then just don't come to my house
Right.
because this is their home. If you don't like my animals on my furniture, don't come over.
Sorry. Right.
If you don't like that my dog sleeps in my bed, it's a good thing
You're
you
not
don't.
right.
Um,
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't care if you don't like that I fix my dog whenever I cook breakfast. I make my dog a plate.
There you go. Oh well.
Um, I don't care if you don't like that I let my dog waller in the grass. She
Hey,
purposely did that the other day after I gave her a bath. Talking to you, hiding your face under that pillow. But yeah, I don't care. Like I don't care if my kids go outside barefoot and there's mud.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as you clean your feet off before you come in the house, I don't care.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Oh, I get it. Like,
it's their
uh,
house. I'm gonna tell you.
like
I feel like it's
I,
more their house than it is mine. I'm
right. I fucking
like,
feel that. I feel that, man. Like, I've had people try to set boundaries on the way that I do things within my own business, right? Like my own life. Like I've had people try to set boundaries within that. It's like you're not in this. Sure.
yeah.
I'm gonna stop you right there. So did you think of any of those other than the ones you've already said?
I don't like it when people are like, "Why does your toddler run around the house with just a pull up on or just panties on?" Or
Yeah.
well,
Like
it's her house. I don't know what to tell you.
right. Right. Like
I'm not going to put clothes on her. One, because she's probably just gonna change her outfit anyway. She's gonna learn how to open her very heavy drawers and pull clothes out. That's another reason
mhm.
why I hate putting up laundry because I can't pick her out of them.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just why. If
Yeah.
she's cold, get under a blanket.
Exactly.
Or if she's cold, like she'll tell you, or she'll get some clothes. Like sometimes she wears clothes, but if I'm gonna have to clean up because she spilt something, I'd rather just have to clean up her than clean up the clothes.
Right.
So,
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I
especially
completely.
like while they're potty training and stuff too. It's so much easier to just have underwear on them. And then I
Oh,
get on their pants and stuff and like,
exactly. Exactly. The people who dress their potty training kids up in these like incredible outfits, I'm like, that's gonna be ruined in like 2 seconds. Good luck. Good luck.
no.
Nope. Nope. But all right. So my next question is, what are your most solid boundaries? Like the ones you will consistently keep, and there is really no nuance to it.
I don't know. I don't know. I think I really have more pet peeves than that.
That's okay.
What are yours?
So mine is definitely just like the common decency and the respect of my children and my husband. Just kind of like you just be nice, right? That's all I ask. And if you
Yeah,
can't,
it'd probably be that if somebody hit my kids or
buddy,
if somebody was at my house and hit my dog,
yeah,
don't come back.
you ain't
Don't
coming
come back.
back. You ain't coming back. Tell you
Don't even
that.
attempt it. Like, don't come back. Yeah. That'd probably be. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. For absolutely. All right. So, has anyone ever openly set a boundary with you, whether it be healthy or irrational?
I don't know. I guess I just know what people like and what people don't like.
Hmm. I get that.
And
I
then
mean,
if
it just,
I like you enough, then I won't cross it.
yeah,
And if I don't care, then if I don't care and I cross it, then I probably don't want to be associated with you anyway.
good point. Absolutely. I get it. I have had one person set a boundary with me. And in my opinion, it was irrational because it impeded within my normal life. It was me trying to make me change the way I do things. Um, Needless to say, this person is no longer in my life.
Yeah, I don't really care if like how my life goes makes sense to you or not.
Exactly. Exactly.
If the
I mean,
things that we do, if how we
yeah,
do things, if like I don't care. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, absolutely. I
then
mean,
just don't like it.
right, like, here's my thing. I have built this life brick by brick. All right. I am not going to sit here and change it for someone that just generally doesn't like my life. Like, you don't have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can have a different life and it's fine. That doesn't
Yep.
mean you get to come and change mine,
Right.
you know? Has anyone ever done that to you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Oh,
no, fuck with it.
I just don't. I just want to be left alone. Like in all reality, I feel like I'm just a grumpy old person or something. It's like I don't like get off my lawn. Like,
Grumpy grandpa.
yeah, like I just want to be left alone.
Oh Lord.
But then like there's part of me that doesn't want to be left alone. But like for
I
the
get
most
that.
part, like I'm also a very routine person, so I really don't like, and I don't care if I randomly, like I've been doing this a lot lately. I'll randomly text Cody and I'll be like, I want Dunkin' when I get off. Are you gonna take me? And he take me. Okay, that's not our normal everyday life, but in my head, that's our normal everyday life because it's something I want to do.
Exactly. There you go.
But it's not.
That's okay.
But we're also canceling Dunkin'.
Yes.
Canceled.
Duncan
'Cause
is
I don't know what
canceled.
they. I don't understand what they have going on. I don't get it.
Would you like to explain?
What? How Dunkin' don't know what they doing?
Mm-hmm.
How everything's nasty and how they keep canceling and discontinuing everything that's good?
Mm-hmm.
Nasty. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. His he tried like their version of a frappe today. It was literally like he described it as it snowed and they put a snowball in the cup. And snow in the south is not snow in the north. Um, but it was literally like water. It was supposed to be a vanilla bean. I don't even know if the vanilla was in the room with us. Okay. Because it couldn't have been because it wasn't in the cup.
Yeah.
It was just not even good.
Yeah.
Like it would have been different if there was at least flavor and it was just melting because it was hot outside.
Right.
No, like there was no flavor. The lemonade was gross. It was not like obviously it's sour, but it wasn't even sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I don't really get the Dunkin' latte. They discontinued that. And this isn't like this is our one bad experience. Like
Right.
it's like this all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
So that's a
Mine
boundary. You better keep spending my monies or my gift cards.
exactly.
I'm a Starbucks girl now.
Exactly. There you
And
go.
I Starbucks so expensive, but I'm have to be in order to enjoy it.
Hey, why buy
And
something you don't enjoy?
it's also the fact that it's not even just one location. It's we're going to different locations and getting the same results.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Did I ever tell you my Duncan story?
no about the lady at the window or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I did tell you then. Yeah. That made me not go to Duncan anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, you want to scream at me? You can scream at somebody else now.
Yeah. All right. I guess back to the topic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. What is the line for boundary crossing that you start to enforce your boundary? So, like, what does someone have to do for you to be like, hold on, no,
This
you're not doing this?
the safety of my kids.
Okay. Now, like, but what about if what would someone have to do to you personally, though?
I don't like it when people complain about how hard I work.
Okay. Okay. So, like, at what point of that would you have to be like, just stop, like, that's
I don't
enough?
know. I can take a lot. I can take a lot. A lot. So it takes a while. But
Okay.
just know, like the fact that I can take a lot, once I get to that point, just know I gave you chance and chance and chance and chance and chance and chance and chance. Like, for example, at work, I probably put up with it every day for 3 months before I was like, I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, okay, what after within those 3 months, what made you go? I'm done. Like, what was the last thing that somebody did that made you be like, nope?
When she got in my face
Yeah, that's a good one. Understandable. Absolutely.
and tried to blame everything on me,
Mm,
even though I wasn't the only person doing the job, and you're also dealing with a machine.
yeah, right. So,
It takes
like,
two people to do the job. I can't do it by myself.
right. So, like, yours would be like physical enforcement of them trying, of physical, um,
Getting in my area, like getting, like being,
yeah,
I am a little person. If you are within arm's length of me,
yeah,
like you are super close,
yeah,
super close.
right.
Like, you see what I'm saying? I can't even reach my phone, and
Hmm.
it's right there. Like literally, like if that gives you any, like if example, sorry, King Kim, this is the pillow that sits on my couch. Okay, that's you're this close to me. You know, not this much space in between us.
Hmm.
You're too close.
Yes.
You're too close.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, you begin to enforce at like when that physical barrier is broken.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I kept, being like, I really wish, they would stop talking about me. I really wish they would stop talking about me. But I wasn't like to the point where, like, if you don't do something right now, I will.
Yeah.
Until she was in my face.
So you were enforcing it. It's just it got to the point where you were like, I'm going to have to put this into effect like right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't this stuff wasn't being done about it either. She just
She just
didn't
wouldn't
care.
stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes
Because
sense.
I honestly, like, as much as I would complain about it, which
Hmm.
wasn't, I mean, I complained about it, but I wasn't the only one complaining about it. Other people were complaining about how much she was talking about me.
Okay. Okay. So it wasn't just like a you thing. It was an
It was,
everybody thing.
it was so excessive that other people were complaining on her.
Like, how does this just keep going
Um,
on?
I don't know. Apparently, I was the only thing she ever talked about.
Yeah. That's so weird. That's so weird. But um I think mine would probably be I also that if that physical barrier is broken, but also um if you are loudly disrespecting me, primarily in front of my children,
Oh, yeah. If somebody gets loud, like, I
done.
don't know. I get loud.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm that that doesn't work for me. That's when I'm like done. This is over, right? Um so yeah, but that's I mean, I will set before that, and if it is not respected, then it my point of basically cut off would be if it came to, toe to toe kind of thing, or if it were, like if it came to that someone is saying stuff to me that like makes me uncomfortable or is for me, whenever things like stick in my head, I know that like there's something wrong and there's a reason it's in my head, still. So like that's kind of what gives me a clue as to like, okay, I need to stop this now, right? That's kind of where you know what I mean? That's kind of where I am usually. But Has anyone ever crossed your boundary so far that you had to enforce it?
Define, enforce it.
So usually for me, that means either taking a break from that person or cutting that person off or even um, like kind of setting expectations with this person, like actually telling them, hey, this is what I need. And if you can't give me that, you need to tell me that, right? I'm going to communicate with somebody. Whereas, like, if they keep pushing, I'm going to be like, we're done. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. My cutoff game is strong.
Yeah. Yeah, I like cut people off.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Like that guy at work. Like
Yeah.
me and him, we used to talk all the time. Like
Yep.
every day, we're like, "Hey, friend, how you doing today?" How like all that. And that one time he yelled at me and said the stuff that he said, turned around,
Done.
walked away, and never spoke to him again.
I don't blame you at all. That's a very good enforcement of boundaries. Like, I feel like that's common decency,
Yeah.
right?
Like anytime we would vent to each other about work, we never like we might talk loud, but he yelled,
Yeah.
and that was the
Yeah.
difference.
There's a difference, right? There's a difference between like messing around yelling and like a mean yelling. Yeah, I agree. All right. So now that we got the boundary talk out of the way, I want to talk about the ultimate boundary pushers, narcissists. Okay. So, what would your personal definition be of a narcissist?
Manipulation.
Okay.
It's okay if they do it, but it's not okay if you do it. Cutting you off from everybody and anybody.
Absolutely.
Abusive. That's just off the top of my head.
I actually have like the actual like uh definition of it here. It is a person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves, which yeah. um there I will say the traits of a narcissist though. There's 5 key traits to a narcissist. Okay. Grandiose sense of self-importance, constant need for admiration, profound lack of empathy, a sense of entitlement, and a tendency to be interpersonally exploitative, which is to take advantage of others for their own personal gain without guilt or shame. So basically what you said. But I just wanted to expand on that. So, have you ever encountered a narcissist in your adult life?
They're
Yes.
everywhere.
Yes.
They're actually really common, I feel like.
So, here's the thing. There's a difference between a full-blown narcissist and narcissistic tendencies, right?
Yeah, but they're still everywhere.
I
There
agree.
is a difference, but they're still everywhere.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, so like what if you could think of one person specifically, you don't have to say who they are, but what made you realize that they have these narcissistic tendencies? Like, what did they do?
Um, when they go back and forth, like when one minute they're like basically like you're this like what you do is stupid, and then the next minute they're like, oh, this makes sense. The back and forth, I don't understand.
So
I don't know what's
that
going on.
it's funny that you say that because that is actually, yeah, that's actually a type of devaluing. They kind of make you think like they kind of make you think you're crazy, right? Like it's gaslighting and it's like
At its
they
finest.
yeah, like there's there's to me there's it's like there's a difference between someone saying I don't understand, like I don't get it. And then
Yeah,
having time to think on it and being like, "Oh wait, yeah, I understand what you mean now." Right? Whereas with gaslighting, someone will usually be like, "You're crazy. That didn't happen. That is crazy. You're dumb." And then the next minute they'll take credit for what you said, right? Um, so how did you handle that specific person?
I pretty much just ignore them.
Okay. Well, hey, I mean, what did that be? Like low contact kind of thing?
Like, I talk to you, but like I really don't like hear what you say. Oh,
Yeah.
like okay, okay, okay.
Mhm.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's what you got to do to save yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of
You
just
okay?
like, you know, you got to kind of like remind yourself that like what this person says is like kind of nothingness.
Yeah, because it's like it's okay for you to do it, but when I do it, it's a problem.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
But what you really mean to say is you don't like that I outdo you.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's like, how is that fair? Right? Like that doesn't
Like,
make
if you don't like that I outdo you, then step up. I mean, I'm not going to dim my light for you to shine brighter.
no,
Not going to do that.
no.
So either you got to step up or shut up.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know what to say.
I mean, that's the kind of person that a narcissist wants, though. They want someone
Yeah.
who is easily manipulated and kind of molded. They want
Well,
someone who's
it
play.
seems like also too like stuff at work and everything.
Hmm.
It's like they don't have control of their home life, so they try to come to work and control things, and then they get mad because they're not controlling things at work either.
Yeah,
But it's like you're not controlling anything at work because you can't even like do your job. So why would anybody let you like have any type of like power, but not power at work? You know what I mean? If you can't do your job,
right.
if you
Absolutely.
can't be bossing people around and you don't even know how to do stuff like,
Yeah, right. Like,
or if you're just gonna stand there while everybody else works,
yeah,
and then you want to sit here and tell people what to do, you can't do that. You can't be bossy or nothing like that.
yeah.
You can't even do your job.
Hmm.
And it's also okay for you not to be able to handle the job. It's okay. But that just
Absolutely.
means you don't need to be here.
Yes, exactly. Or, I mean, even step down from where you are, go to a job that you can, right?
Yeah,
Like,
like,
it's
it's
okay.
okay,
Right.
but it's not okay for you to continue trying to do it and then getting mad at everybody else because you can't handle it,
Yes.
or getting mad because you're getting in trouble, but you're not even attempting to try.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you can't do that. You can't stand there and watch everybody else work just because you only want to do this one thing. You can't sit there and watch everybody else work or be sitting there falling asleep
Yeah,
while
exactly.
everybody else is working.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's just not how it works. Like,
No. Nope.
but I, so I don't think I answered any of these questions now that I think about it. Um,
I think we're just too much having a conversation.
which is fine. Um, so a narcissist to me is that constant boundary pushing, even if they're like just a toe over that line, that's where they want to be. They want to be that toe over the line. They want to manipulate you. They want to just, they're going to do what they want to do. Everybody else be damned, right? They're going to get their way because they deserve it. They are the kind to uh, say things to make someone else look bad when what they're saying is false, right? In a nutshell, basically. Um,
They love
I
to
have
play victim.
a victim. Oh my God. That's like their career. That's their career is playing victim. And then it's like you were a
And
victim
then
of yourself.
you're so glad when other people finally see it.
But the thing is a lot of times with narcissists, they surround themselves with people who are either the same or see it and don't care. That's the biggest problem with narcissists. I don't know how they do it. I don't know why, but they tend to surround themselves with people like that. And like I have a story about a narcissist, right? I can't like fuck it. Um so there's a person, I won't say who, but they have always been the line pushers, right? The entire time I've known them, always pushing the line, right? They have always been the kind to tell stories, embellish, right? They want to be, they make sure it's believable to the point where, like, if they're telling a story about you and you hear this story, you're like, wait, what? Is that really what happened? Is that really what I did? Like, you question yourself, right? That's what they've always done. And they are surrounded by people who are,
You have to be able to tell the difference. And did you really do that, or are they just trying to play victim? Because
exactly.
sometimes you can really do stuff and not realize you did that or
Oh,
not have
yeah,
meant it that way. And that's okay,
exactly.
like as long as you can make it right. Like,
Right. Absolutely.
but
Yeah.
you gotta know who you're dealing with.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot of nuance, there's a lot of things that contribute to it. But one thing I've learned is if you have witnesses, they have to make their story a lot more believable and a lot more victimizing, right? Which is hard to make it believable, right? Because not only can I come forward now, but these witnesses can too to say, no, she didn't do that, right? So now they have more than just me to make look crazy, right?
Yep.
So these people, they are constantly talking about people, like people that they have around them in their day-to-day life. They're constantly talking horribly about them, right? And I noticed that within the first couple times of meeting them, because they would talk about, oh, this person, it was, oh, she did this horrible, horrible thing, and we're just waiting for the other foot to drop, and this is going to happen with them because they did this, and like they just tell these stories and they talk shit about people, and it's like, why are you telling these people's private business whenever you claim to be so close to them and love them, right?
Yeah.
So it all came to a head a couple years ago when one of these people, there's two, they're both narcissists, like full blown, not even gonna lie. They are a match made in hell, perfect for each other though. One of these people decided to come over to my house and be very disrespectful towards me in front of my children. And they've done this to other people before. I was not the first person. But the big difference was that I was the first person to have witnesses. This person chose a terrible time to come and verbally abuse me. Terrible time. Because I not only had my children, I also had two of my friends who also know what kind of people these are, right? So they showed their true colors. My witnesses saw this. We all kind of decided as a group, okay, done, right? As at least as far as most of us could be. But they made up stories about me. So, okay, you have probably noticed about some things about me that, like, I'm not a violent person. I just don't like, I don't see the value in being violent. I don't see the value in being aggressive, right? Unless I absolutely have to be, but that's different, right? They went and told people that I was trying to hurt them. They said that I scared them and that they thought I was going to attack them and that I was screaming at them and I was threatening them and all of these other stories about me of things that never happened, right? I've heard some of the stories. It is what it is. I guess I have to be the villain in somebody's origin story.
But I mean, it also wouldn't be far fetched, like if you did act that way because you came to my house around my kids, my friends, like
Yeah.
you came into my space. So if I did yell at you and threaten you, you're in mine.
Yeah,
So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
even
Absolutely.
if you did,
Yeah. Even if I were to become any kind of aggressive or violent, they would have had it coming, right? Like you were verbally abusing me, and it was getting to the point that you were trying to be physically abusive to me. I would have had every right, but I didn't because I didn't, to me, I did not see a reason to threaten. I didn't see a reason to become violent because my children were taken care of by my friend. It was just me and them. There was no other casualties, right? So to me it was like I can handle this with my words, right? Well, the people that they keep around them obviously believe them. That's okay. I don't mind. I The people that believed them were were the same way they were.
yeah,
Still are. So, that's fine. I don't need them in my life either, or my kids' life at that. So, the way I handled that person was, or these people, I guess, is we cut them all off
yeah,
because this person was now validated in the way that they acted and the stories they told. So, they were going to be more emboldened to do it again. So, we had to tell them, do not come to our home. Do not call us. Do not try to communicate with us in any way. We are no longer going to be your victims, basically.
right.
So that's what we did. We haven't talked to these people in probably 4 years, if not a little longer now. So that is my narcissist story. Now, do you have another story you would like to share? No? Okay. No. Um, I have some things written down about narcissists to because I my biggest thing with this topic is kind of to educate people because as we know narcissists can be very dangerous, right? Like it's sometimes they create situations or they are the situation that can become absolutely life or death or even just a situation that you should not be in, right? So there are the 4 Ds of narcissism. Okay. Deny, which is they refuse to acknowledge any wrongdoing, responsibility, or existence of harm they caused, which is what the people in my story did. Dismiss, which is invalidate feelings or experiences, gaslighting. Devalue, which is diminish your worth, lack of empathy for your feelings or needs. And then there is discard, which is basically the ending of a relationship, which discard is probably the best thing they could do for someone, in my opinion. But then there are also 5 main types of narcissists. So the I want to go through them and I want to know like your definition of what you think, what like in your brain, what you think of whenever I say this. Okay.
Okay.
So an overt narcissist, which is basically just your classic narcissist. So I think we got that in the beginning, right? Unless you want to add anything to it. Okay.
Mhm.
And then there is the covert narcissist, which they appear shy, introverted, or insecure, but have a hidden grandiose sense of self and entitlement and are hypersensitive to criticism. So, just as an example, when I think of covert narcissist, I think of the um, you know how like there are these charities like for breast cancer and Goodwill and things like that, and you look and you see the CEOs and the owners are billionaires. It's that. So what do you think?
I don't know. They're all gonna be like the same to me.
Okay,
Like
that's okay. All right, and then there is the antagonistic,
because
which I
they're all gonna have that one thing in common no matter what, where they play victim.
absolutely, absolutely, yes, I agree. Now, but this one is a little different. So I really do want to know what you think of this one, okay? It's an antagonistic narcissist. They are highly competitive, focused on being the best and winning, the them versus me mentality. They become argumentative to assert dominance and prove their point.
I still feel like they would play victim
Mhm,
if people didn't see their way.
mhm.
But that sounds more like work.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that makes sense. I mean, if you think about it, a lot of workplaces are competitive, and it's kind of like an antagonistic narcissist. And in my view, they kind of like thrive in competition because they are toxically motivated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. There is communal narcissism, which is when they present themselves as caring, virtuous, selfless, attach themselves to good causes, again with the charities. Primary motivation is to receive praise and admiration for their good deeds to feed their egos. That's a big one in the charity or, whatever. What do you think? Can you
Yeah.
think of like
That
a specific example?
probably not specific, but that sounds like a lot of a lot of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like that just sounds like to me that just sounds like a lot of people
Yeah.
in general. Like
Yeah. So like okay. I feel like from what I've seen, a lot of people get communal narcissism confused with someone who just like enjoys doing nice things for people, right? Because like I feel like a lot of people want to, not that you are, but just in a general sense, I've seen it, right? Like
mhm.
I've seen people who are angry at someone like working in charity, right? While this person may be doing it because they just genuinely enjoy helping people, another person may see it as, oh, they just want to be seen as this amazing person, right? Which
Mhm.
absolutely could be the case, but there are times when it isn't, right?
Yeah.
Then there is the malignant narcissist. So this one actually triggered me a lot, even just writing it down because of a situation I had when I was young. Um, they are considered the most dangerous and severe forms of narcissism. It combines traits of an overt narcissist with exploitative and antagonistic behaviors. They have psychopathic traits. They're paranoid. They lack remorse, and they tend to manipulate and harm others. So,
You could
um,
tell by how they named it that this was going to be like the worst one.
yeah. See, to me, I will say that one is scary. That one, it is. But like also the covert narcissist, they can also be just as scary. They're the kind that are like what happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors, right?
Right.
So like they could be a covert malignant narcissist, right? So, what are your thoughts on the types of narcissists?
I don't know that. I feel like they're all the same. I feel like they're all like they all. Yes, some of them might have some different things about them, but they still all got the basic. Like you're gonna know
Yeah,
if you know what a narcissist is, you're gonna know.
absolutely. I think so. Um, Now, which one do you think you have had the most experience with, though? If you had to choose one.
What's the girl? I don't remember. I
Okay,
don't remember what you said.
that's okay.
Just give me
So
remember that.
there's the overt, which is like you can tell right off the bat, right? If you have been around it before, you can tell right off the bat what they are. There's the covert, which people around them may not know, but the people closest to them will. Antagonistic, think sports. That's what I thought, at least. There's the communal, charities, and the malignant, danger.
What was the one you said before? The competitive.
Covert.
And what did you say that was?
Um, like the people around them may not know, but the people closest to them will. Like your
And what was the one
neighbors,
before that?
the overt, like basically you're just your classic narcissist.
That
Like
one's
when you,
probably that one.
yeah, okay, okay, I get it, I get it.
Then
Uh,
second would probably be the covert.
yeah, they are very, very common. Coverts are probably the most common. Like I, I can look at someone and be like, that's a covert narcissist. You better watch out, right? Because like my brain is like wired ever since I was young with the malignant one. I'm like, there it is, there it is. But not everybody is able to, right? That's how narcissists get their supplies, is through people that don't know. And that's okay. But I've also seen this trend of people saying that narcissists cannot be helped. Have I got some news for them? There are many different therapies that narcissists can get into to help themselves. Just because they refuse to doesn't mean they aren't available, though. There are two people in particular that I have heard it come from lately, and they are both narcissists themselves, which obviously a narcissist is not going to want to go and get help to not be a narcissist anymore. Obviously. So I wrote down some therapies for narcissists to get into.
Hear
But,
'em.
huh?
I said, let's hear them.
Okay. There is the psychodynamic counseling, where you gain insights into your problems and attitudes to change your behavior. Cognitive behavioral therapy, which is also CBT. It's the most common kind of therapy. It teaches people to identify and change unhealthy thought patterns and behaviors by replacing core beliefs with healthier alternatives. There is transference focused therapy, which uses the relationship with a therapist to help the narcissist understand their emotional patterns and behaviors, which I will say that one to me, there's a fine line. But then there's emotionally focused therapy, which is EFT. Uh, help they help with understanding and processing emotions to build secure connections and resolve distress. And then there's the dialectal behavior therapy, which is also extremely popular. It teaches skills to manage intense emotions, reduce self-destructive behaviors, and improve relationships. Now, I want your opinion. So, it has been proven that you cannot technically cure a narcissist. But, in your opinion, do you think if they truly want to get help, they can be helped?
I think they can be helped, but I guess the same thing goes with like trauma and being triggered and stuff. Just because you're healed doesn't mean something's not going to hit sometimes. It's how you react, how you handle it. So while they might not be cured, if they try hard enough and do the work, they can be helped.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. What do
But
you go ahead.
also, the people around them can't, like, they got to
Yeah,
be supportive. They can't be, oh, slipping back into your old ways, are you? Like, you got to help them. You got to be supportive, or they're definitely not going to make it.
yeah. I in that same breath, though, I will say I feel like the people around them cannot continue enabling the behavior, though, either. You know what I
No,
mean?
no. But if you see that they're in therapy and they are trying and they slip, doesn't mean that you can just be like, oh, you're slipping back in it. You got to give them a chance.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to give them the chance, then maybe you just need to exclude yourself, because especially for somebody like a narcissist to try to be getting help,
Exactly.
they need support.
Exactly. Absolutely. I completely agree. I believe they need support. I also believe that they need the correct kind of support, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But
you can't,
even simple support, like, okay, you had a slip up. Just because you slip doesn't mean you're gonna fall.
exactly.
And if you
Absolutely.
fall, get back up.
Yes.
Like, even the most basic simple support can go a long way.
Absolutely.
Now, if they've been going and going and going and things aren't changing, or you feel like they're slipping up on purpose because you're going to be like, oh, it's okay. You're in therapy for this. Like, there is a difference. But especially in the beginning, you're going to have to give them that space, that wiggle room to like, you're going to
Yeah.
slip, but just keep going. Because in the
Yeah.
beginning, it's going to be the hardest anyway.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Now, like, I will say, like, to me, it like if you're a narcissist in therapy, genuinely trying to get help, it's kind of like um with drug addiction. So like whenever you're trying to become sober and stay sober, you're going to have to cut off the people who supported that addiction, right? Because you're never going to get better. You're constantly going to be slipping if you don't, right? Because they want you back where you were. They want you in their addiction with them, right? Now, but that's the thing. I understand that narcissists absolutely can be horrible people. They horrid people. But also, which leads me into my question, but um if you look at it like it's an addiction, they need help, right? But that is what leads me to ask you, what do you believe makes a narcissist? How does a narcissist, what is their origin story, do you think? Generalized, of course, but
I mean, probably the same as everybody, their childhood.
Mhm. Okay. Like, so what kind of childhood do you think is more likely to to create a narcissist, though?
Probably the abusive kind. Like the kind that like get beat.
Okay.
Like that would be, oh, I'm so sorry I hit you. It was just I act like that sometimes, and I don't mean to. And then the next thing you know, oh, it's okay. I understand. And then the next thing you know, you're getting beat again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I definitely, yes. That is a major contributor, but also there are the ones that one thing that comes to mind for me are your mama's boys, right? So
I can
it's
see
the
that.
people, yeah, it's the people that some may say were never weaned off the tit, right? Kind of thing. Always they have this parental figure that was basically spoiling them and yet not correcting the spoiled behavior, if you know what I mean. So they just acted spoiled their whole life. They grew up with those same tendencies. Now they're dangerous, right? Have you ever been around that?
Mama voice?
I mean, someone that could be that may be a narcissist because of that.
Not that I know
Mm,
of.
okay. Okay. Like, because you can definitely tell when you are.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell. I mean, but it also comes from trauma. So like, um, when I was young, I had a boyfriend who his mother and brother had died, right? It was, I mean, they died a horrible death. I mean, traumatic, absolutely. But he kept that traumatic behavior all through his life, right? He kept that kind of like traumatic shell and he put it into an adult body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that was an odd situation because it was like he wanted to be a mama's boy, right? But he also was traumatized. So that kind of clashed, right? That's what made it so dangerous. That's what made it the malignant and not just the overt.
Yeah.
Now, might not be so common, I guess, but now I want to get your opinion on all of the information I just gave you.
Girl, what?
No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
You did that because you knew I don't remember what we talked about.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I had to. I'm sorry. I do want to know though, in if you think about yourself, right? I mean me personally, I would not consider you a narcissist. Like I haven't seen any tendencies I myself, but have you ever noticed in yourself any narcissistic tendencies?
Probably when I get angry.
What are you thinking?
I don't know, just I can be very mean when I'm angry.
So do you mean like gaslighting or manipulation or any of the 4Ds?
I don't know. I'll just be very mean. Like if I get angry enough, I can hurt your feelings. Like I'll go there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go all the way and won't care until after I've calmed down.
Okay.
And then depending on who it is, the situation, and what happened, is going to depend on whether I really feel bad about what I said or not.
Okay. So you kind of go into the devalue.
Probably,
Okay.
I guess.
We all have our bad moments. I trust me, I'm
I
not
guess.
judging
I
at all.
guess that'll be what it is. I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah.
Hmm,
I don't like getting angry because I'm so mean.
I get it. We all have we all have our faults, right?
Yeah.
But it's the fact that you can recognize that that's what you did, right? And that you didn't like that about yourself. So
Yeah.
maybe like next time you might work on it, right?
Yeah. I'm probably
That's
never going to work on it. But like when I do it, I can feel bad about it.
exactly, exactly, exactly. We can see our faults, right?
Yeah.
That's the difference between a normal person and a narcissist. They don't see their faults. No.
Like it's definitely going to depend on who it was that
Okay.
I got that mad.
Okay.
Because there's some people that even when I'm all happy and smiley, I don't care.
Yeah. Okay, so like that makes me wonder if you aren't angry, do you ever find yourself having any of the traits of a narcissist, like the grandiose self-importance, constant need for admiration, profound lack of empathy, sense of entitlement, or the taking advantage of others for your own gain? Not, it doesn't have to be all the time. It doesn't have to be, it can just be like every once in a while you're like, oh wait, you know what I mean?
No,
No, that's
no.
okay. That's not a bad thing
It's
because you
probably
can
a good thing.
yeah, yeah, that's a good thing because you can recognize when you
Yeah.
do have these things going on, but you just don't have these. That's a good thing.
I just have a people problem and I don't like people
Felt. I feel that.
because there's a difference in you just being lazy and you don't want to do it versus you're genuinely tired and you're hurting and you're exhausted and this, that, and the third. There's a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, here's the thing. People can have a bad day. It's okay to have a bad day, right? It's another thing when a bad day turns into a bad week, turns into a bad month, turns into a bad year, right?
Yep.
That's different. Out of the types of narcissist that I told you about, do you think that there are any that you might not recognize at first?
The one that you said like really caring or whatever.
The communal,
That one. And I think the very first one you said,
overt or covert?
over.
Okay. So the
I think
overt,
maybe that one.
okay, so the overt is just your classic narcissist.
It'd be very hard to tell. Maybe it's not that one. I don't know. But definitely that one. Obviously the one that the outsiders don't see, but the insiders do. And probably the worst one.
Yeah,
The worst one's gonna take their time. They're gonna hook you.
they love bomb. They love
Mhm.
bomb, which is something else that I wanted to kind of just touch on for a second. Love bombing. Love bombing is very dangerous. Very, very dangerous.
That's the hook.
Yep, yep. They make you fall so deeply, deeply in love with them, or they enmesh you so much into them, right? That like by the time that they start doing these narcissistic things, you're like, I must be crazy, right? That's the whole point of it. That's their whole point. So, if someone, just for the listeners, if someone is what you think could be too good to be true, they are. I promise you, they are too good to be true because that is not them. That is them love bombing you, and it will go badly. So, have you ever been love bombed by anyone? It could be anyone. No, it's very confusing. Very, very confusing. And it's I understand why people fall for it. Hard to get past. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Amanda, and we are
Better with us. You can't pour from an empty cup.
So Refill It Every Day.